Hi, I'm Karan from MAST. In this video, we'll learn about the date class and the calendar class. We'll learn how to convert the date to a string to a date, and how to convert the date object into a calendar object and the calendar object again into a date object. So let's begin. Here we have a sample project created as date demo, and we have a main.java file. First of all, we'll convert a string to a date. So we'll be using java.util.date class here, and let's say we have a date in a string such as str date equals to in ddmmyy format, let's say 04/01/2015, and we want to parse it. So we'll create a simple date format object, simple date format sdf equals to new simple date format, simple date format, and we'll pass the constructor with a string pattern. The pattern will be dd YY. So you'll need to memorize this pattern. Like, the lowercase d is for the date, the capital M stands for the month, and the YY format is for the year. So we'll just parse the date, stf.parse the string, which is str date, and it returns a date object, and we will store it in a date 1 equals to this. So while we'll just include all the import statements by pressing Ctrl Shift O. java.util.date. Remember, you do not have to use java.sql, but you have to use java.util.date. Press finish. Now we'll have to include this statement in the try catch block, so we'll just do that. Try, and exception e spaghetti e dot get message. So now after getting the date, we'll just print it on the screen. The date is date 1. This is from string to date. We got this thing. So let's run this. Control F11. The string to date is, it was Sunday, January 4, IST 2015. So let's try some new things now. Let's change this format to this one, SDF1. Now let's say I want to print whether it was Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday. So we'll do that after learning how to convert from date to string. So first we'll do that, date to string. We'll create a new date object. Let's say date1 equals to new date, and we'll pass the sample date as 2014 minus 1900 comma 05 comma 01. So this is, the month is June, and the date is 1, and the year is 2014. So in the date object you have to pass the year as 114 to get the year as 2014. So I've just subtracted 1900 from it, and for January I'll take it as 0. So let's say I'm creating a date of 1 January 2014. Let's say make it 15. So now I'll just convert it into a string. So simple date format SDF 2 equals to new simple date format. The format will be dd yy, and now I'll do SDF 2 dot format. I'll pass in the date here, which is the date 1, and the string will be returned string date in string format. So we'll just print out the date string. Now this is a conversion from date to string. Let's go ahead and run this. Control F11. We have 1 January 2015. So you can see that here we have passed 00 as a month, but in the result we receive the month as 1. So the date object will the date constructor, this parameterized constructor uses the 0 value of month as the 1 January. So let's change this format a bit. We want to print the date in this format. Like I want to get the name of the day, like it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like that. So I'll just press EE 4 times and Control F11. I can see it was a Thursday. So let's check it out, the era. We can check out the era AD or BC by typing G here. Control F11. Okay, it's AD, not a BC, and I can check the name of the month by typing 4 times M. Control F11. It's January. So if I type M 3 times, let's see what I get. I get JAN. So that's the thing, and let's ignore this and let's type E 3 times. Let's see what we get. We get THU, like a short form for Thursday, and let's say I want the hours and minutes. For that I will type HH, MM and SS. S is for seconds and capital S is for milliseconds. So let's ignore this. Let's have the default constructor to get the full date and time of right now and print it in this format. And let's go ahead and run this by Control F11. So you can see that it's 7 January 2015, Wednesday, 8 AM, 6 minutes, 9 seconds and 874 seconds. So now let's go ahead and create a date object into a calendar object. For that, let's say we have date as date 2 equals new date, and let's clear calendar object cal equals to new, or see the calendar object, the calendar class is an abstract class, so we cannot go ahead and just type this. This is absolutely wrong. We cannot create object of an abstract class. So what we have to do is we'll have to create a static method of the calendar class, calendar dot get instance, and now the calendar object has been initialized with the current date. The calendar object has the current date, but what if I want to pass it the date of a date object? I will type in calendar dot set time, and I'll pass a date object, let's say date 2 here. So, and I will try to print it. System.println. I'll type cal.get. I'll get the year first, calendar.year, and then similarly I can get the months and the day and hour, minutes and seconds. I'll type the month here. The month. Type the month here. I'll type the date here. The date. I can make it the date, or you can use any one of them. You can use either date, or you can either use day of month. Both are same. Day of month or date, both are same. So I'll go with date. I'll just change it here. Print the hour or hour of day, it's the same thing. So I'll just go with hour. And minutes and seconds. Minutes and seconds. Minute and seconds. So let's go ahead and run this. Control F11. You can see the year is 2015. The month is 0 for January. The date is 7, and the time is 8 AM, 9 minutes and 37 seconds. So now we have converted a date object into a calendar object. Let's set this date to be date 1 here, this object. But okay, let's just let it be date 2. We'll create a new object here. We'll convert from calendar to date. Create a calendar. CL1 equals to new. We'll create a Georgian calendar. Georgian. Gregorian calendar. Gregorian calendar with the arguments as year 2015, the month as January, and the date as, let's say, 8, and save it. Error here. 08 is like 8. Okay, so now we'll convert this calendar object into a date object. Create a date. Date 3 is equals to CL1 dot get time, and it will return the date object. And now you can print the date out. Date 3. Let's run it. Control F11. So it's Sunday, February 8, IST 2015. So if I make it as 0, it will be 8th of January. 8th of January. So now you have learned how to make the conversions. So if you have any one of these things, you can convert it into another object and utilize the benefits of the other class API. So in the next video, you will learn how to add or subtract months or days to a date, and how to check whether a date is after a date or before a date, or whether it is equal to that date, and how to get the difference between two dates. So watch out for the next video. Thank you very much. Please do subscribe.